Hello, my name is Connor Anderson, and today we're going to be talking about cloud computing and cloud collaboration tools. So, a little about the history of cloud computing. It actually dates back to the 1950s. They started out with those huge, large scale mainframes that we all remember from the black and white photos, and they were made available to some schools and corporations. They were installed in what could be called a server room, since the room was really only able to hold a single mainframe, and users were able to access the mainframe via what's called dumb terminals, which were stations with a sole function of facilitating access to the mainframes. And due to the cost of buying and maintaining the mainframes, they wouldn't be able to afford a mainframe for each user, and so they just allowed multiple users to share access to the same power from any station, and all that. And then 20 years later, in the 1970s, virtualization, changed everything by bringing in multiple virtual systems, and it actually came from IBM. They allowed them to have multiple virtual systems or virtual machines on a single physical node. And it took it to the next level by allowing multiple distinct compute environments to live in the same physical environment. And then multiple steps later, we virtualization meets the internet, where they were able to put servers on the online and all this kind of stuff. And before you know it, there was cloud computing. So, what are really the pros and cons of cloud computing? Well, it's cost efficient. There's almost unlimited storage, um, easy access to the information, backup and recovery. Um, the cons, though few, are pretty big. There's technical issues. Um, it's always prone to outages, and all that kind of stuff. And you always need a very good internet connection to be logged in onto the server at all times. Um, Security issues, um, third-party cloud service providers. A lot of people put themselves at great risk when they're getting into third-party stuff. Um, that's why it's really good to choose the most reliable service provider who will keep the information very secure and prone to attacks. Hackers, anything like that, it's all out there. And there's always the lurking possibility of stealth of sensitive data. So for my cloud collaboration tools, I chose Office 365, Slack, and Asana. So first we're going to go to Office 365 or Microsoft Office 365. So Office 365, Mississippi State actually uses Microsoft Office 365 for all the students, faculty, and staff. So the cost online is actually free, but if you want to download it for your computer, it's for a personal license, it's $6.99 a month, and for a family license, it's $9.99 a month. A little bit a while ago, Microsoft decided to get rid of like the licensing portion of software, and they decided just to stick with Office 365 and give everyone accounts. That way, it would make it a lot easier to dish out all the applications. And this is a desktop application. It is also online. It has an online companion, but it's mostly used on the desktop. It features Word, PowerPoint, Excel, and Microsoft Teams, which is their new collaboration software, which is pretty much the focused center point of this. Pros, the pros of Office 365, they have really good collaboration tools. Their applications are known, they've been around for a while, and the overall quality of the applications is very good. Cons, pricey. I mean, it's $6.99 a month. It's about like $300 in the $200-300 range to pay up front. They just got into the collab business. Teams hasn't been around that very long, and they're also very limited in the collaboration ability in the applications. There are a lot better places out there like Google Drive, OneDrive, all that kind of stuff, where they do a lot better job. You can actually purchase it online at office365.com, and the tool can be used in both education or private businesses and corporations. Next, we're going to talk about Slack. Slack is actually a communication tool. It is sort of like GroupMe or Discord, any of those social media kind of things. It's actually free, but there are standard plus and enterprise plans available for like a sort of premium edition. It is online and on the desktop. It allows for sending of direct messages and files to a single person or group of employees, and can organize conversations into different channels. So this is more like project management and project organization. It helps companies to manage big size quantities of employees and make sure that all the projects are going along smoothly. Some pros and cons. It has an excellent interface, very impressive free version, but there are some cons because some might want to see more depth and security. It isn't very secure, and there are a lot better communication tools out there. But this tool can be accessed at slack.com. It can be used in education, but it is more used for enterprise situations in companies and corporations. And finally, Asana. So the cost of Asana is $19.99. This is an project organization software where you can, it's like basically a whiteboard or a poster board for project planning, project organization, that kind of stuff. It's basically an easy way for companies to track the work of their employees. They can create to-do lists, reminders, and requests to employees. And so again, pros of it are project tracking, and they're very handy integrations such as Google Drive, Dropbox, etc. But the cons are that there are other apps that have better communication features. So this would probably be something that would be used just for their project tracking ability, maybe not necessarily the communication part. It can be purchased at asana.com, asana.com, and it is used more in companies and corporations. And that's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good night.